Hi there, it's me again. I hope you're well. Today is November 25th, 2025 at 8:05 a.m. Today I'd like to talk to you about something that I saw years ago, but has always stuck with me. The story that Peter Khoury told in My Mum Talks to Aliens, which was a documentary with Mary Rodwell and her son. Now, the most important thing that I thought with this, that I wanted to show you, is his story and the fact that he has a hair sample. Okay? I thought about this for a while, and before I sat down, I was like, this is one story that I'm glad is not my story that I have to tell, for starters. In my personal opinion, this man was basically sexually assaulted by three female beings of unknown origin. Okay? Not necessarily alien, but of unknown origin. Now, what we've read with the elementals and stuff like that, with the combining of spirit and matter, we have the fact that these beings can temporarily take on a physical form, which is what they've seemed to do here with Peter when he wakes up in the middle of the night and one of them is straddling him on top of him for, sexy time, okay? So let's just watch this part. I found a clip with the part with Peter Khoury. Unfortunately, it only goes up to 240p, but we can still hear it. You can still see it, okay? And let's listen to what he has to say. So they're just getting out of the car, and then I wanted to get to the part where she says, "Hi, Peter." So we'll just start it from here. I'm going to turn up the volume and make sure that it can be heard. And here we go.
As long legs as you.
Hello, Peter. Long time no see.
Yeah.
Great to see you
doing,
again.
Mary?
Oh, I've been good.
Good to see you.
Oh, and you.
Always
Been a
good.
while.
It's day 5, and Mary has arranged to introduce Chris to Peter Khoury. Peter is a security guard and a devoted family man with a remarkable story to tell about an alien encounter that he claims left him with the Holy Grail, DNA evidence.
No, what happened in 1992 was something you don't expect. And I've never had
I'm really sorry, but did you see the book Communion? Someone said about Peter Khoury, oh, it's so peculiar about, well, the thing is that Whitley Strieber, I guess also, he calls them the visitors, also has considered that they may not be aliens. So I didn't actually know that because, people like these UFO celebrities kind of just put me off now. But yeah, it is true. Okay, but there are a lot of people that have had experiences, and the only way they would have understood that something actually happened to them was hearing other people's experiences. I was going to say encounters, but whatever. Okay, because that happened with me. So let's just listen. Sorry about that.
an experience or heard of experiences that have happened during the day. And this is 7:15 in the morning. I'm lying there and I feel like something jumped on the bed like a cat. As I sit up, I see sitting, straddling me, a naked blonde female, and sitting on the corner of the bed. So say I'm lying here on the bed, she's straddling me there, and right on the corner here is another female. The one that was sitting on top of me was blonde, very milky white skin, very, very attractive, but at the same time, longer face, a long nose, but it wasn't a big nose again. It was just like, it fitted their features very well. Larger eyes, very well proportioned, I mean, I've got to say. And I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here? How did you get in here? And as I'm thinking this, I sit up, and as I sit up, she's cupped the back of my head with both her hands and pulled me to her breast, left breast, and pushed my face into it. My defense mechanism, whatever you want to call it, and it's so out of thing with me. I took a little bite, a nip, and I felt flesh, in my mouth. I didn't taste blood or anything, but I felt this bit of flesh in my mouth. I thought it was a bit of a nipple maybe. And as it hit the back of my throat, it was like you poured acid down the back of my throat, just this really bad chemical reaction. I started coughing, very heavy coughing. And as I've looked down and coughed, I've looked up and I saw them looking at each other, and I picked up what they were saying. They weren't speaking, but it was telepathic communication again. It was, he's done this wrong, something's gone wrong, this isn't the way it's supposed to be, he's done this wrong. And I'm like, what the heck, what are you going on about? I could pick on it, I could hear it. I had an erection for like 6 hours afterwards, and it was pretty painful. And under my foreskin, I found 2 hairs. One was like an S shape, almost curled, and the other one was sort of not up, it was just wrapped around, embedded in though, like if you push your nail into you get a little bit of a mark. That's what they were embedded. I could see that they weren't on the surface. And as I tried to peel them off, it was total agony. And so I knew it had to be from them.
Peter released his sample for DNA analysis, which was conducted by a biochemist. The results that came back were extremely unusual.
And mate, I was bombarded with phone calls from the scientists. Come to our house, took hair samples from me, hair samples from Vivian, blood from me. So it was starting to get like a forensic investigation. What they found was the analysis confirmed the hair came from someone who was biologically close to normal human genetics, but of an unusual racial type, a rare Chinese Mongoloid type, one of the rarest human lineages.
Guys, those are the ancient humans. These are ancient human beings. That's why I told you, facial shapes and looks, when we went over the Antediluvian Age stuff with ancient humans, our looks changed over time. So human beings did not look the same that they did, say, 100,000 years ago. We look different. Our facial structures and stuff changed. I explained that. So these are ancient humans. One of the rarest human lineages known. But that's because it's old. Pygmies or aboriginals, yes, because it's very, very old. These are the ancient civilizations that survived, went through this process. They can temporarily take on a physical form, especially if they're doing hybridization or whatever that's called, mating, to create a new genetic race, okay, with them and human beings, all right? So with that, the fact that there was no blood when he bit off a piece of her skin would be accurate. They do have a form, but it's not the same as ours. It's more of a spiritual etheric thing, but they're not spirits, because you can actually high-five them and he could feel her on top, okay? So again, I don't know it all offhand, but we will read it again through the elementals and their inhabitants, and with Rudolf Steiner's book about the spiritual hierarchies.
It's just known that lies further from the human mainstream than any other, except for African pygmies and aborigines. There was the strange anomaly of it being blonde to clear instead of black, as it would be expected from the Asian-type mitochondrial DNA. The study concluded the most probable donor, therefore, must be, as Khoury claims, a tall blonde female who does not need much colour in her hair or skin as a form of protection against the sun, perhaps because she doesn't require it.
And Peter, thank you.
Thank you, Mary. We're always here for each other. Yeah. That's what we've got to do.
Okay, so again, they wouldn't need any sun protection because they're living in the etheric realms. They don't actually spend a lot of time in the physical realm, if any, and it's extraordinarily dangerous for them. I'm sure it's very dangerous, because if they're in a form which you can grab a hold of them, I'm sure you could harm them. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, he bit her. But, yeah, I always thought that this was one of the most interesting cases in the stories I've ever heard. I mean, I suppose someone could be that creative to make up a story like this. I mean, it's not very often that you'd hear someone admit, easily to something like this, But I don't know. I just, this always stuck with me. And I always thought about it like, how they were there, we could touch them, and they're talking telepathically again. This is a spiritual realm thing. They don't talk with their mouths. It's telepathic. So, I don't know. If you didn't know about this, this is a thing. And so, like I said before, if these beings were actually real, you would have a fingerprint, a picture, or some type of evidence. They could even show up for a moment to give Elena Danaan or Claudio Nocelli proof. Just 2 examples. That's it. You know what I mean? So there, if you didn't know about Peter Khoury with his hair sample and what it says about that, I guess I could have added this to my Antediluvian series and I guess I kind of forgot. But I might put it in that video playlist so that people can have an example of what I was even talking about, because this proves it, that these are ancient humans that went through the same process as we're going through now, and they live in a different place of our reality, in the unseen realms, So they're not aliens, they're just foreign and unknown to us, Yeah. Yeah. And again, I think that people want to go for the alien thing because humanity's so bad that there has to be something else. And then people want to be like, oh, I'm not human. I'm one of them. Just like the starseeds. Oh, I'm Lyran. Oh, I'm an Andromedan, or I'm a this, or I'm a that, because it kind of separates you away from the shittiness of what we're going through now, right? And raises you out of it and above it. Like, oh, I'm not one of them. So you have that it draws people into as well, right? Makes you different. I'm not like them, all of this stuff. So yeah, this is Peter Khoury, and that was his story. And I hope you enjoyed it, because this is something that I think about quite often, because it's possible that they can become physical, but why haven't they? I think that would be one of the greatest things that they could do to help just those 2 individuals with their cause, right? Like, Helen Morris met Claudio in a warehouse to show him a map, but didn't give him any kind of proof of her actual existence. She could have plucked out a hair and been like, here, go do what Peter Khoury did and prove that I'm from the ancient civilizations or whatever. Why not? Because she can't. Again, I'm going to call it right now, that Helen Morris comes from Claudio's inner universe, that she's not a real person. Okay? Just like Thorhan. All right? And I think the 2 of them represent their lack of love in seriously a romantic sense, because even Helen Morris is complimenting Claudio in his books, like, oh, you're so smart. Oh, you're so great. I'm sorry. Oh, dear me. Yeah. So these are the missing elements of love and relationship in their life. So it comes from the inside, not the outside. And if there is proof, then please, by all means, Claudio and Elena, please show us. Prove me wrong. I'd be so happy, but I know that you can't. So anyway, I don't want to fight. I don't want to, I know it's difficult because this probably pisses them off, but it's the truth. Produce a hair then. Give us a friggin' fingerprint of Helen Morris. Where's Thorhan? Let's have a hair sample, Elena. Come on now. How many years has it been? And they can't provide not a single ounce of evidence or proof that these are real. You know what I mean? You can only go so far on faith, you guys, and I'm tired of being taken for a fool, and I won't let this happen to others. You see? So this is where I'm sharing this with you today. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I don't know why I didn't cover this before. I guess things just happen when they're meant to. So thank you so much. If you want to watch this entire documentary, I've uploaded it on my channel. I will always check the description and the pinned comment. It'll either be in the description or the pinned comment or both. Okay? So yeah, have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. Probably. I have to do one more video for my actual channel with my inner child video, which I knew it was already planned, and I already have an idea of what I'm going to do for that, like the opening and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks everybody. I appreciate you taking the time to have a listen, and I hope that you share this with others, because it's a really interesting story, and it kind of is like one of the only ones. I've never really seen anybody else with hair evidence like this before. There might be, but I've never seen it. So yeah, take care, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye!